Welcome back to Hi Guys, it's your boy BDR, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Now today, it's not an 8-year-old's video, that's just gonna have to wait till later on. And it's a Yu-Gi-Oh video. As you can see, we're on Dueling Nexus, a popular Yu-Gi-Oh simulator. And in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about as the title of the video suggests, the top decks for the Infinite Forbidden format. Now, Infinite Forbidden is the newest set that has released in the TCG, giving us new strategies for decks like Centurion, whatnot, and also it gives us the Fiendsmiths, which everyone's going to be putting in their decks. And with Worlds coming up and whatnot, and speaking of Worlds, as of this recording, Konami has announced on Twitter that the latest, ban list will be in late August. So yeah, probably around that time, I'll probably make like a ban list prediction slash wish list. As you can see, we have a lot of tabs. These tabs of, these 10 plus tabs are what I believe are going to be the best decks for the upcoming format. So yeah, let's get started with the first one. We have Yugioh Fiendsmith. Now, Yugioh was already a great deck already. Now, due to the Fiendsmith, they're able to facilitate more endgame combos. The track, search the Lurie, effect, bring this. Lurie, summon the sarcophagus effect, engraver, so on and so forth. You guys already know the basic Fiendsmith combos. But, as everyone is trying to put, Fiendsmith into their decks, Yugioh is like one of the main engines to put the Fiendsmiths in because they're all fiends, which go with stuff like Unsane Lord of Yama, Wave High King Caesar, and another thing too, we have two TCG World Premiere cards such as Necro Equip Princess and Aerial Eater, which can also send, a fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard, send a Grave Squirmer to get a free special summon, send Summer CD Lotus. You have the opening of the Spirit Gates that can bring back monsters with 0 attack. The Yugiohs pitching Nightmare Pain and whatnot, forcing your opponent to attack. All these good stuff. And Yugioh is legit a top contender for the format. So yeah, watch out for Yugioh. Yugioh Fiendsmith is like one of the more popular and better, decks to use the Fiendsmiths in. Now, next up, we have a completely new archetype from Infinite Forbidden, the White Woods archetype. Now, these archetypes consist of spellcasters that could synchro summon, and that they're all based around sending one spell and trap card from your hand or field to the graveyard, bringing in the Toy Engine. See, protects them from battle. You have the Toy Soldier that can add level 4 light monsters, which includes the Civ and the Reka and the Toy Tank, facilitating for more, level 8 synchro and beyond synchro plays. Pair that up, since they're all spellcasters, you can also use Secret Village of the Spellcasters for, a spellcaster lock. See here, they're all based off of synchro monsters. Right here, light spellcasters. They have a few illusion monsters. You can also go into stuff like Chaos Angel or Axula to protect your face-up summon trap cards. This deck may be pricey because it's like these two cards right here are secret rare, so is the level 8 synchro. But it's a very solid deck to go into the format with. And one of the few decks that's not using the Fiendsmith engine. Now let's move on to the next deck. Next we have Voiceless Voice, another solid option if you don't feel like spending the money for Fiendsmiths. You're going to be hearing that word a lot. Fiendsmith, Fiendsmith, Fiendsmith. So yeah, Voiceless Voice, another one that doesn't use. Still a pretty solid deck, I would say. It could still go into plays, Skull Guardian being a negate. You have Savaris for that hand trap. At one point, people were actually running them as a hand trap, as you can see right here. Discard, discard, targets an effect, discard, discard, negate the activation. Pair that up with stuff. Pair that up with Synchro Summoning. Because of Diviner of the Herald, you can go into Chaos Angel. Damn, I wish we had Baron the Floor. Baron the Floor was such a bad idea to ban. I'll still stand on that. You guys can fight me in the comments about it. Baron the Floor and Savage shouldn't have been banned. But I'm also packing the Super Poly because of the whole, Necro Equip Princess and Aerial Eater. That's gonna be in most Fiendsmith builds, especially Yugioh Fiendsmith. So yeah, Voiceless Voice, still another solid deck to have. Even though Infinite Forbidden didn't really buff them all that much, it's still a pretty solid deck to have. Now next we have a deck that was buffed by Infinite Forbidden. We have Tenpai Dragons, the best non-Fiendsmith deck, Engine Ran deck. Yeah, because of their card, Tenpai Dragon Genroku, which can basically tribute this card, or if it was added, free special summon tributed, add a special summon one of your Tenpai Dragons, alongside the the Dora, so I said Poke Drago. You can also search for another Fire Dragon. I'm pretty sure yeah, free special summons right there. Battle phase heavy deck. Access to level 7 through 10, level 7 to 10 synchros, such as the Black Roses. Cube out the Blade Dragon, to pop a card on the field. Meteor Burst for the mirror match. Sorry, brain fart moment. Special summon, special summon, special summon. Alongside popular link monsters as well. Facilitating for more easy plays. The field spell protecting them by activated effects. And overall, Tenpai Dragons is one of the best decks going into the format, thanks to the Genroku and the Dor. Even though people don't play Dor like that, it's just the Genroku enough is making it to be a very solid deck for the format. Probably making Fiendsmith like a top 4, top 3 deck. But still, overall, Tenpai Dragon, the best non-Fiendsmith deck. Now, speaking of Fiendsmith, we got Snake Eye Fiendsmith, which is looking at representation right now. It's kind of like the most represented deck, and probably the best deck of the format, due to the fact that the Snake Eyes are already give them enough special summons already. You have the big Debel Star, alongside the Fiendsmiths, which are just like all they need is just at least one Fiend monster paired to the fact that the Snake Eyes are just incredibly easy to summon. And then you just end up with like all these negates on the board, Fire Princess, Appaloosa. Everyone knows the deal. Beatrice sends Snake Eye Ash to the graveyard, pair that with another Link monster. Summon Promethean Princess bring back Snake Eye Ash, search popular. Everyone knows how Snake Eye goes. This is Snake Eye Fiendsmith is probably going to be the best deck for this format, and possibly the best deck to go into the World Championship with. If it's not that, then it's probably going to be Yugioh or Tenpai. So yeah, Snake Eye is, probably going to be the best deck of the format. Now next up, going from the best deck to like another solid deck, and Salamangreat. Salamangreats are like one of the most free decks of this format. Like everything's basically at 3. Yeah, it's just that, Snake Eyes is kind of like, there's just better decks out there, but don't count Snake Eye out. Salamangreat. Oh my lord, brain fart. This is a very brain fart video, but yeah, Salamangreat. Another solid deck. A bit pricey, but Raging Phoenix still has your back. Pyro Phoenix can pop all your cards. Just watch out for those Snake Eyes and Fire Kings. And still can do some pretty crazy plays, and they're all fire, so you don't have to worry about getting locked with Promethean Princess. Well, don't count Salamangreat out, and they're one of the few decks that could use Gozen Match and go free. I wish Gozen Match was at more than 1. But yeah, Snake Eye. But yeah, Salamangreat. I mean, after seeing this much fire, of course everyone's going to associate fire with Snake Eyes. Now next we have Runic. I don't know how people are keeping this deck alive, but I can't believe there are actually fans of this. I mean, if you want a stun deck, you can go with Runic. I mean, Synchro's shown still at multiple copies, preventing your monsters attacking. You have Grave of the Super Ancient Organism that could stop the Fiends, that could stop the Engravers, the Ubels, etc., the Fire Kings, and Rivalry or Warlords, to provide that extra stun strategy. Pair that up with the Runic monsters for protection, Typhon, Case Baguskas for locks, Inspector Border being Inspector Border. And even though, found in Zetsu, I wish it was banned, by the way. Runic, pretty good deck to have. Paired up with stuff like Runic Labyrinth and whatnot, you could probably have like a pretty nasty stun deck with like very fun interaction for both you and your opponent. Now on to the next deck, we have a Ritual Beast. Now, Ritual Beast, they're one of the most complicated decks to learn in this game. But once you learn it, you could probably get the hang of it. So they got new cards back in the Battles of Legend set that really propelled them back into meta status. Lara, Elder, whatnot, Canahawk effect. Spam Canahawk's effect, spam Canahawk effect, Canahawk dot deck. Paired up with the new cards that could protect your Ritual Beast from card effects, protect stuff from getting tributed from whatnot, stuff like Nibiru, Lava Golem protected by that. And they're paired very well with this new trap from Infinite Forbidden called Dominus Purge. You could read it right here. You cannot activate Dark, Water, or Fire. Monster effects for the rest of this duel. The Ritual Beast are wind monsters, so they could just use this with like no repercussions at all. Overall, Ritual Beast, while complicated, still a solid deck for the format. And hey, it may even be solid for Worlds, if the Worlds ban list doesn't fuck them over. Now next we have our Rescue Ace Fiendsmith. Yay, another Fiendsmith variant. Everyone already knows the deal with Rescue Ace, Turbulent. Set 4, disrupt your opponent with the Fiendsmiths and whatnot. They could, consistency boost. Pair that up with other great Link monsters like Promethean Princess, SP Little Knight, and Zelantis to get rid of the field. Overall, Rescue Ace does stand a chance in this format. It may not be the best Fiendsmith variant, but is a pretty solid one to have. And Rescue Ace can actually, be a challenge. Some of the other meta decks. So yeah. Yeah, Rescue Ace may not be the best Fiendsmith variant, but still don't count it out. Now next we have Melodious. Now Melodious got a massive buff in like what was the last set? Phantom Nightmare, which propelled them from like not even table 500 worthy to complete meta status. Now I know there's like the Melodious Centurion build, but I didn't feel like pure Melodious I was seeing that more than the Centurion build. So yeah, from their new Pendulum monsters for like boosted consistency, Pendulum summoning, to their fusion monsters that protect you, as you can see right here, protected from your Melodious fusion monsters. And yeah, bouncing stuff on the field. Typhon, the Link monster. Wow, free special summon with Bloom. So yeah, this is another deck, don't count it out. This deck, I'm sure a lot of people counted Melodious out and then got beat by it. So yeah, don't count out Melodious. Another deck not to really count out is Gimmick Puppet. Now I know this may be an odd choice for some, like Gimmick Puppet. Yes, I said a Gimmick Puppet. This deck got massively buffed by Infinite Forbidden. Now they have a field spell that basically protects them from monster effects such as Nibiru, Ash, Failure, etc. And it could enable a consistent FTK with the Fantastics and whatnot. Being able to search up Argent Force from the graveyard using the Fantastics and whatnot. You have the Servant Puppet that could take monsters on the field. And just easy, little soldiers, rogue dog, bring back little dog, cattle scream, easy rank 8 plays, going to Chimera doll and whatnot. Just so overall, the deck got fixed. The deck has been revitalized thanks to Infinite Forbidden. And I know, and this may be like a dark horse deck for the format because it's like, it's legacy support, it's anime support. Who cares about the consistent FTK? Well, the OCG, for those people who are thinking that slash saying it, I mean, in the recent ban list, they kind of put Gimmick Puppet the Strings to 1 in the OCG, so keep that in mind. And I'm pretty sure this deck will probably go unaffected for all, so this may actually be a legitimate, other than like Puppet of Strings being at 1, this can kind of be a contender for the World Championship. Don't strangle me to that. But yeah, Gimmick Puppet, solid deck. I'm pretty sure it's probably cheap as fuck. And yeah. Now next we have Fire King Fiendsmith. Alright guys, it's never going to end. Fiendsmith will be in almost every deck. Everyone knows the deal about Fire King's Ponix and whatnot. Where's the Ponix? And the Ponix and whatnot. So then we have the Garunic. We have the Garunix right here. Pop the Kieran, whatnot. More special summons, Fiendsmith stuff. Adding that extra consistency boost. Going to Des or going to, Lacrozma, Lacrimosa, whatever the fuck it's called. The Fusion Fiendsmith, the level 6/1 bring back Engraver, Beatrice, send stuff to graveyard, you know the spiel. Yeah, you kind of know this. Everyone knows about Fire Kings at this point. It's just another Fiendsmith variant, guys. It's just another Fiendsmith variant. Another victim to the Fiendsmith virus. And no, I don't hate Fiendsmith. It's just that it's one of those engines that like now almost every deck has to run Fiendsmith. Almost every deck. So yeah, Fire King, another Fiendsmith variant. Now next we have Despia. I don't know who's keeping Despia in charge or still alive, but like I better see Branded Fusion to 1 next ban list. But yeah, Gimmick Puppet combo with Albion still has a mass pool of fusion monsters. Super Poly, still one of the best cards in the game, especially with the whole, Aerial Eater and whatnot. Mainly Aerial Eater, because everyone's gonna be running Fiendsmiths and whatnot. Pair that up with the Bestials for free special summons to like banish said Fiendsmith cards. And their massive pool of fusion monsters. Whatnot, Mirror Jade, like Mirror Jades will still be a problem. Chimera to pop your cards during your opponent's turn. Super Poly to use their cards and whatnot. I mean, the Fiendsmiths are light and dark monsters, mainly light, so Super Poly. Overall, Despia, one of the few non-Fiendsmith decks that could still work in the meta. Now for our second to last deck, we have Centurion. Now Centurion, they're based off of monsters, special summoning monsters from the spell and trap zone. Doing like level 12 plays. The Axia to protect face-up spell cards. Legetta to Gatia. Pronunciation is going crazy right now. And Centurion being able to synchro summon during your opponent's turn. This paired up with Atri, being able to draw a card, and it's another, tuner for the Centurions. Able to go into, pack a bit right here. Being able to spell summon a monster from the spell and trap card zone, aka the Centurions. For more plays, you still have the Crimson Dragon. Calamity might get banned on the next list, but we don't know. And if it does, we'll just run double Cosmic Blazer, am I right? So overall, Centurion is another solid deck. One of the few non-Fiendsmith decks in the format. Very expensive, but at least it's not Fiendsmith. And for our last deck, we have Chimera Fiendsmith. We started out this video with Fiendsmith stuff, and we're still gonna talk about Fiendsmith stuff. Holy fuck. So yeah, Chimera's in a good spot because the Fiendsmiths give it consistency boost. While not being able to do more plays, Chimera's still in like a good spot because none of their decks have really gotten hit. Pair that up with the Aerial Eater and the Princess for more fusion summon plays. Super Poly on your opponent's turn. And most of them are kind of like, dark, so you can actually do stuff like summon Barrier Statue of the Abyss if you want like a lock. It's kind of like Flu Under Reeds when they play Fossil Dyna. So yeah, just another Fiendsmith deck. It may not be as strong as Yubel Fiendsmith or Snake Eye Fiendsmith, but still a still solid deck to have. Yeah, this is the deck list right here. And yeah, guys, that's kind of been the top decks for the Infinite Forbidden format. If you believe there's like a deck or a variant of a deck that I've missed, there, type it in the comments below. And what kind of Yu-Gi-Oh content do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see me do open packs again? Or more Dueling Nexus content on the way. This is gonna probably be my main simulator for Yu-Gi-Oh TCG content. And as always, make sure to like, share, subscribe. We are close to 200 subscribers. Please make it happen. Road to 200. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. Make that bell your bitch. And yeah, hi guys, out.